Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Stitched Pixels Flosstube. My name is Amanda, and it is currently July 24th. It's about 10 a.m., and I'm about to start a stitchy long weekend. I booked today off as a vacation day, so I have 3 glorious days off with very few commitments and a lot of stitching time. So, plans for the weekend. Gonna keep working on my rotation. We'll get into that. And I have the FFO pile of shame. I also have the drawer of shame, which is stuff that's not even slated for FFOs yet. But maybe 2-3 years ago, I went to a secondhand store, a local one that helps our cat rescue. And I just bought a ton of random frames. Some of them are done up here, just to put my cross stitch in. Like, I didn't care what the art in them was. I just wanted the frames. So I have maybe 10 or 15 of them just in a cupboard downstairs. Projects picked out for them and everything. I just need to put them in the frames. So my rules for this weekend are, if I can do 2 FFOs, I can do a new start. Because I have been very itchy for new starts. I have 6 planned for the near future, not necessarily this weekend. But in my last video, I showed you the Pokemon bookmarks, the Mario Terrarium, and I also have 2 Miss Butter D charts by Unconventional X Stitch. I'll put them up just so you can see what they look like. That I want to start as well because I need 2 more massive projects. Library Cats is still in the wings, and 6 portals. I'm waiting because I definitely don't have fabric for that. So we're gonna have to invest in some fabric. So might be working overtime next weekend just to buy some more stitchy stuff for myself. So yeah, that's the plan for the weekend. 2 FFOs, 1 new start. If you see new starts on here and I don't show you any FFOs, tell me off because bad Amanda. But to my rotation, so my current goal right now is getting all my projects up to at least 2%, which doesn't sound like much, but I have a lot of very, very big projects with very, very little progress. So I'm just gonna be looking at my spreadsheet. I had 16 projects when I started this a few weeks before I started filming again. I had 16 projects that were under 2%. I have now eliminated 3 of them by actually getting them over 2%, and one of them was a clerical error. It was actually at 5%, not 1 point something percent, so I just fixed my spreadsheet and it's been bumped out of the running. So I currently have a handful more to work on. Most of them now are in the realm of they are gonna need 2, 3, one of them even needs 4 picks from the bucket to be over their 2% line. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of the same handful of whips and hopefully big progress on them because 600,000 project is going to get 60,000. 600,000 project is going to get 6,000 stitches to get their 1%. So hopefully we're making dents in some of these big guys. I did finish my stitches on Queen Nefertiti yesterday night. So figuring I'd be finishing it pretty late, I did film my next pick yesterday morning while there was actually some decent lighting. So I will put that little clip in here. It's just me grabbing the piece of paper for you guys. Good morning, everyone. It's currently the 23rd. It's around 10 a.m. I'm about to head out to work. But I am gonna finish my stitches on Queen Nefertiti tonight after work, but it's gonna be late, lighting's gonna be horrible, and I'm gonna look like butts because it's after an 8-hour shift. So I'd rather film before work. So I'm just gonna pull my next whip real quick, and then tomorrow, once I'm a human again, I will show you my endpoint on Queen, and I'll put a picture of my start on whatever we pick right now. And I have a 3-day weekend, so after 7 o'clock tonight, I am off until Monday at 11 a.m. So I am gonna be super excited. I'm going to do all the stitching, be prepared for so much content coming from me. So here we go. We got, is it gonna be another Unconventional X Stitch? I hope so. Twilight Marketplace. Okay, not Unconventional X Stitch. I believe this is a Pain Free Crafts. Let me check. No, it is Hade. All right, so that will be what I am working on next. I'll get a start picture so you guys can see where it starts from, and I will continue on as normal. All right, guys, have a great day. And I picked Twilight Marketplace. I'll show you that in a second, but here is where I got to on Queen Nefertiti. It's not a heck of a lot to look at yet, because we're just chipping away at the smallest colors to the largest. I think I'm up to 24 colors complete. I'm working on her in Cross Stitch Saga, which I am actually absolutely loving. I didn't think I was going to like Saga as much as I do, but on Apple at least there's this little car icon, so especially when I'm stitching Extreme Cross Country, I don't have to go searching for the next stitch on the pages like I do in Pattern Keeper. You just click the little car and it brings you to the next stitch of the color you have highlighted. So that went so smooth. I love it. I might just be doing ECC for the rest of my projects for all time because Saga makes it so nice. This is Twilight Marketplace. It is by Hade. It is a Rose Con. That's why I wasn't sure in my last clip who it was by, because Rose Con switched designers. I kind of wish this one was Paint Free Crafts. I like her charting a lot better, but it is what it is, and it's a beautiful piece of art, and I'm gonna love stitching it either way. This is a big one. It is 367,500 stitches, and this one I am thankfully also stitching Extreme Cross Country, although it's a little different. When I started it, I was feeling rather lazy, and I didn't feel like gridding out my pages for the whole project, so I just wanted to do a big color. So it's not the biggest color, but I'm starting with DMC 154. It is a fairly abundant color, though. I don't think it's the largest. I have approximately 18,000 stitches of 154 left to do. So I did put about 200 stitches into it last night, so this isn't the real start point. I'll post a photo of that before I show you this. Okay, yeah. Past Amanda, put up a photo. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on Twilight Marketplace. I am hoping, crossing everything, to do Twilight Marketplace, maybe a new start or two, and at least get one more spin in this weekend. So hopefully have a lot to show you guys over the next few days. Again, minimal commitments this weekend. We're going for lunch with my parents in a few hours. And then we got to do some meal prep, but we're doing curry, so that's just kind of toss it in a pot and forget about it. And other than that, a little bit of exercise and stitching. So yeah, it'll be fun. I hope you guys have an awesome start to your weekend, and I will check back in once I have some progress on something to show you. Hi everyone, welcome back. It is now Saturday evening, almost 7 p.m. Just finished my 1,000 stitches on Twilight Marketplace, but I spent most of my day working on my FFOs, so I will show those to you real quick, and then we'll get on with our regular schedule to pick my next project. So these are all frames I got from retail, which is our local rescue secondhand shop. They were like $2 each. So this first one is Bunny in a Teacup, Cute Patterns by Maria on Etsy. The next one is Not All Those Who Wander Are Lost. I want to say this is Stitchrovia, maybe? Again, I finished these years ago, and they've been sitting in my closet for 2 years with their frames picked out. Just waiting to be put in them, so finally got around to it. I got 7 done today. This is Moonkin Hatchling. I made the chart myself from art I found online like 15 years ago. It's from WoW. I play a balanced druid, so this is like the baby form of the character I play. That'll be going up behind me. Right there, I think. This is a Make It Pink pattern. I believe it's free. This is Princess Peach, but I did the Rosalina colorway because I like Princess Rosalina more than I like Princess Peach. Again, this frame was $2. Can't go wrong. Some of them are a little beat up, some of them, you know, I think it just adds charm. And I'm not great at framing anyway, so they're all a little wonky, and that's fine. I'd rather have a wonky piece of cross stitch up on my walls than hiding in a drawer where no one can see it. The next three are a sort of a set, I guess. The frames are a set. Brand new, in wrappers, $10 for all three. I got these on 123 Stitch. I think they're little paper patterns. There's like probably a dozen of them. So this is the antagonist. And then I have the imposter. Itty bitty little full coverages. And I absolutely love stitching every single one of them. And the individual. So those are all super fun to stitch and quick, easy little slap them in a frame. I'm glad I had 3 of them and the frame came in a 3-pack. You know, just meant to be. So we'll just scoot these over a smidge. So here's where I got to on Twilight Marketplace. Mostly just worked along the row I was in and then started working up towards the end. Quick stitching though. This is 1/1 full cross on, gonna say 28 count. I don't think it's 32. Yeah, so worked my way. Probably just double back and start heading back across the row the other direction next time I pull this out. Super quick stitching though, because I'm only working in one color and the color is massive, so there's lots of big chunks of stitching. It's not just like 2 stitches here, move over, 2 stitches here, move over. So that goes nice and quick and smooth. Good progress on that. So let's tuck that away. And I'll grab my little container here. Give her a good shake. And pick something good. Okay, they're all good, but you know, we all have our favorites. Just don't tell the others. Okay, what did we get today? Haha, another unconventional X stitch. Catfish Cthulhu. Okay, I've worked on this one recently. This was actually one of my projects under 1%. So I got it up to 1% and now it's working towards 2%. Just give me one quick minute. I'll be back with it and I'll show you what it looks like. That took a few minutes. So here's what it'll look like when it's done. Again, Catfish Cthulhu, another unconventional X stitch project. This one is on 18 count, 2/1 full cross. It is another smaller-ish project, but since it's on 18 count, it's gonna be a little bit bigger than Queen Nefertiti. She has 116,400 stitches. I'm at 1,800 done, 1.55%, and to get it to 2%, I need 525 stitches, so this 1,000 will get her done. Let me stand up here. So this is another one I've been mostly working on, Extreme Cross Country. I've done some yellow bits. There's the fish right here. We got the Cthulhu eyes. And at some point in the past, I must have been using it for a cross stitch game, but I did some green in the bottom corner. And then a few random stitches there. So yeah, get 1,000 stitches in on this. Haven't decided how I'm gonna work on this. If I wanna do Extreme Cross Country or work in the bottom corner, or like pick a random section in the middle and maybe do an eye. That would be kind of fun. Or find some tentacles. Maybe find some tentacles. Well, you'll see when I come back, probably on Monday. I've been meaning to like stitch 24/7, but we've been busy. I don't know why my weekends always end up so busy. My husband's downstairs making curry right now, and it smells delicious in here. Hopefully we're having that for dinner tonight. I know it's supposed to be meal prep, but you get to sample it before you put it away, right? And since I have 7 FFOs, I get 3.5 new starts. I don't know what half a new start is, but maybe we'll round up. 4 new starts. I think I might start something new tonight. I have no idea what. Maybe I'll do like a dice roll and pick a project, because I think I have 6 or 7 on my short list. Find a d6 roll and let the dice decide what I start. Whatever it ends up being, I'll show you guys whenever I come back next time. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you in a few days when I have something more to show you. Have a good one. Hi everyone, welcome back. It is now July 30th. It's about 5 o'clock, and my husband's downstairs getting dinner ready, so it's nice and quiet up here. So figure I'd show you what I've been working on the last few days. I did do a new start. I ended up deciding to start the Bulbasaur bookmark. There's a cover photo of it here. And I got about 1,000 stitches in. Got the little Bulbasaur and his little vines going up. Just got to finish out the background here for the bottom part, and then I'll backstitch that, and then I'll move up and work on the Pokeball from there. I'm going to aim to do 1,000 stitches a week on this till it's done. It's pretty small, less than 4,000 stitches total, so should be done sometime in August, and then I'll start one of the other ones I have on my list. And I also just wrapped up my 1,000 stitches on Catfish Cthulhu. So I decided to work on the area where the fish is. So I kind of isolated that area on Cross Stitch Saga. And I'm just doing color completion within this square. To keep from getting bored, I do 1 strand of the biggest color and then 1 strand of the smallest color, which is usually 1 or 2 stitches. So, and then I just bounce back and forth from biggest color to smallest color. So I got the 2 largest colors done, which were 310 and a gray shade, and I got a ton of the smaller colors done. I did stitch like outside of the blocked area. Like, I'm not gonna leave 5 stitches of yellow here. Might as well get that chunk done so I don't have to go back to it some other time. But yeah, you can kind of see the fish. The red is where his eye is going to be. The 2 yellow blobs are some claws. So having a lot of fun with that. Cannot wait to get back to it. So I did put in exactly 1,000 stitches, and we are now up to 2.4%. So it has been evicted from the bucket until we go up to 3%. So I'm going to pick my next project. Give it a good shake. Maybe we'll get another unconventional project. I think I have 1 more. Yeah, I have 1 more left in here. So, all my little papers. Okay. Got 1. Close this up. Let's see what it says. Okay, this bin loves me dreams. This is my last unconventional X stitch that is under 2%. Let's see here. It needs almost 2,000 stitches, so we are just gonna toss this little guy back in because it does need another rotation. I will go find it and give you all the details. All right, found that pretty quick. So this is what it's gonna look like. So again, it's unconventional X stitches. It's called Dreams. It looks like from The Last Unicorn, which is why I bought this and one other chart by the same artist, just because it reminds me of probably one of my favorite movies as a kid. It is 250,000 stitches, and it's currently at 3,300 done and 1.3% complete. This one I am working extreme cross country, starting with the largest color. I believe it's 939, might be 310, but I'm pretty sure it's 939. Gonna continue working the same way. Just keep doing the color I'm doing. And 1,000 stitches will go really quick if I'm just working on one color. Generally power through it pretty quick, so we'll get that going hopefully sometime early next week. I did pick up a lot of extra overtime this weekend, yay, buy some stitching stuff. So probably not gonna be starting my next video for a little while. I'll do a quick little clip tomorrow with my overall July stats. Once I'm done stitching today, done stitching tomorrow, just like a little recap, finish out this video, and then once I have something more to show you on dreams, I'll start filming for my next one. I hope everyone has a great weekend. If you're in Canada, enjoy the long weekend, and we'll see you guys in the next clip. Good afternoon, everyone. It is now July 31st, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Just got home from work, and just a few little things to wrap up before I close out this video. For now, my 2 daily 30 pieces. So my at-home daily 30 is Cathedral, its goddess. And this is what she looked like in the last video. This is where she is now. So I have been mostly working on her shouldery bits. And I started adding some skin. All those blank spots, like along her collarbone underneath here, these are all gonna be beads. I wanna get a little bit more skin done though before I start tossing beads in there. I'm probably gonna finish her skin, neck, face, and then double back and do all the beads up to that point and then work on her hair and her antlers. This month in total, I did 1,353 stitches on her, give or take. She's a paper pattern, so that's manual counting. I could make some mistakes. And then my other project is Crazy Cat Lady. This is what it looked like. And last time you saw it. And this I work on work days, half an hour a day. Let's try to hold this up the right way this time. So I've made it all the way around with the black and green border. Now I'm just filling in the green triangles. Hopefully get this done in a few weeks and then I could start working on some cats. Really enjoying this. This is a great work project because it is just block colors and it doesn't take a heck of a lot of concentration. And it's on Ada and the lighting in that hallway is pretty horrendous. So it's been working out fairly well so far. I'll probably keep it as my work project until it's finished sometime next year. I did also get a smidge of haul. I got 2 new cross stitch patterns. I've been seeing them on Instagram. It's a little Etsy shop called Samina Stitch, and I got an Evolutions, like their Pokemon cards, but it's Evolutions and they're here. I'll just show you a picture. So I like how they're just kind of hopping into each other's cards. And I also got this one from her as well, which is a Torii Gate. Me and my husband recently went to Japan last October, and we're definitely going back again. It's a beautiful country, so I definitely like picking up some Japanese scenery pieces, especially when they look that good. And they all work in Saga. Apparently they all work in Pattern Keeper. I haven't tried putting them in Pattern Keeper, but they work great in Saga. I loaded them in just to make sure. And then I also got the elusive Krynic, a very, very small fraction of what I need to kit up my current list of Make It Pink patterns. But I got a little bit, and maybe that's enough to get a few more off of the waiting for Krynic list onto the might need to start it list. So I'll wrestle with that later. So far this month, I have worked on 10 projects. 11 if you count dreams, which I'll be working on later today. This won't count any of that stuff. I just wanted to kind of get this wrapped up so I can get a little bit of stitching in before my longest weekend ever starts. So I've worked on 10 projects. I have done a total of 15,525 stitches this month. So with what I'm gonna do on dreams, probably 16,000 this month, which is a little over 500 stitches a day, which I'm gonna give myself a thumbs up for that. That's pretty good. I'm impressed. Because some days were not so great, but it all kind of averaged out, so I'm pretty happy with that and where that is. as the time goes on, I'll be able to get a better feeling for what my average is so I can plan out my commitments next year. Because I don't want to commit all my stitches to plans, but I do want to make some solid progress on certain things within reason. I don't want to stress myself out having to do 10,000 stitches a month on a certain project when realistically all I'm going to do is 12,000 stitches, right? So we'll see how the numbers keep going month to month. I am really enjoying tracking how much I'm stitching again. Just not even to like beat myself next month, it's just to see where I'm at, what I'm accomplishing, and what's really feasible for goals next time. But that's about all there is from me for today. So hope you guys all have an awesome weekend. Canadians, enjoy your long weekend. And we will see you probably sometime next week once I get my 1,000 stitches on Dreams finished, or anything else comes up that I feel like starting or discussing or talking about. All right, guys, have a great time.